Alright, my friends, this is take 2 of this video for today. Today is the 15th of October 2022. My name's Kevin. I'm your friend and guide with today's card. I did start the last video saying that I hope to get through it without having to do it again. And I said, I hear you, angels, and they screwed it up and I had to do it again. So, let's get right to the card. I actually pushed end recording instead of going to the other camera. So here we go. Today we've got the Strength card. Now, hopefully you've realized that what's happening today and what's been happening in the last little while is that there is a presence greater than what we know, that created us, that creates opportunities for us, that helps to manifest what it is we're looking to do, hopefully. And if you haven't, know that practice brings it in to fruition. It is a balancing act to change. You know, it's a bit like, for me, it's a little bit like the bass and the treble and the balance between speakers. Your ears get attuned to a certain sound and a vibration. Your body gets attuned to a certain balance and vibration. They don't just happen overnight. We've grown up in this physical world of instant gratification, which is fantastic. The digital age was so incredibly necessary to be able to move mankind forward quickly. You know, yesterday we got the wheel card, which was everything moving forward as they have been stagnant. Well, today we've got the Strength card. So let me get into that specifically. I'm using Guardian Angel Messages Tarot by Radleigh Valentine, images by Dan Craig. A wonderful, lovely deck of cards. Soft, pliable, great messages, really inspirational. I found these to be a comfort in times of a little bit cattywampus. Anyway, Strength card. So this is about knowing you've got courage, knowing that you've got compassion, and using both those elements to move you forward. So we see this great archangel with the beautiful deep auburn red hair. She has an infinity symbol above her head. And basically, she's taking her lioness energy for a walk. And to me, this basically says you are walking, and I've got goosebumps all over my body. So I know Archangel Ariel is present. This card is saying that you're walking with the strength and the fortitude of the universe, source energy, God. That infinite power that sits within you is your body of strength. And I'm going to read what Radleigh said in his description of the Strength card. Incidentally, it's number 11. You have been blessed with the heart, the fortitude and kindness to accomplish absolutely anything. There is no challenge or adversity that you cannot overcome. You may not realize how strong you are, but the divine knows that you possess the gift of gentle strength. Your spiritual nature will always win over other people's negativity. There's absolutely no need for you to back down from your convictions, although it might be necessary to say no sometimes in order for you to be kind to yourself. So just relay the information to others in a compassionate way, and everything will be well. It isn't enough for you to be gentle and give yourself to others. You must also be gentle and give gentle with yourself. Now, the angel message that goes with this card says, you are so much stronger than you realize. We, the angels, will help you establish a connection with your endless inner strength and your endless personal resilience. Now, if you want additional meanings to apply to today, this is about forgiving, forgetting, empowering yourself, self-love, courage, tolerance of others. Now, that for me, my darlings, is my sticking point and the lesson that I am learning. Not I need to learn, I want to learn, I'd like to learn. No. I'm actually learning it. The awareness where I have not been kind to others, where I have not been kind to myself, where I have not forgiven others, where I have not forgiven myself, that is the balancing act between strength, courage, fortitude, and this is the energy of the day. Now, oftentimes when we take a spiritual road, whether you are into yoga, whether you're into meditation, or you've just started this sort of practice, there is a tendency to beat ourselves up relentlessly because there's an awareness of what we did, an awareness of how we behaved, an awareness of when we weren't quite so loving, kind, compassionate, giving, caring, lost our juju. The awareness then turns to a bit of guilt, a little bit of shame, a little bit of indifference. If we're not careful, that can put us, our love, our compassion, all the things we love about ourselves, if we're not careful, it can throw us right back into the muck and the mire of those situations. So, for example, if you find yourself being gluttonous, envious, jealous, all of the basically the deadly sins that are in the Bible, it isn't healthy or prudent for you to go stepping back into that mud and muck unless you can see, believe, and be aware of how far you've come since. That's what angels, God, energy, the righteousness of life, the infinite strength that we come here with to learn. You know, some believe that in reincarnation, I'm one of them. Some believe that there's a purpose for coming into a life, I'm one of them. And I'm now realizing that without a physical experience living as this person in this life, having these experiences with these other people in this life, having these experiences, I may not be able to advance forward. And I think that's a really weird way of putting it. Move forward. They talk about enlightenment, ascending. I'm often in awe of Buddhist monks or monks in general, whether it's a Catholic monk or an Episcopalian monk, a Buddhist monk, a Hindu practitioner, and how peaceful, love, kind. But that's also a discipline. It can also be something that they chose when they said, I want to go and be and live a monastic life. I mean, I'm looking at people that have lived these great lives and done these great things and have been, you know, they've been the spirit that has moved mankind forward. We look at maybe Joan of Arc. We might look at Cleopatra. We might look at Queen Elizabeth II. If they're given a choice to come back and relive another purpose, I'm not really sure the Queen Elizabeth would say, I want to go back and do all that again. I'm not sure the pharaohs, the others, are willing to sort of say, listen, I did it. They might choose, I'd like to be in physical form. I'd like to be, have these experiences, but maybe next time I just want to live a life of peace and gratuity and love and understanding. And that could be a monastic type of life. I'm going off on tangents, and I know that this might not be making a lot of sense to a lot of you, but the point I'm making is you've got the strength to choose what it is you want. That's given key, that's your blessing. You also got the strength to know the difference between what pleases you, what feels good to you, what you want to accomplish, and what you don't. We've grown up by being somewhat programmed. Everybody, your mum, your dad, your grandma, your aunts, your uncles, all of these people that come in that raise us all have the same choices. The slate's clean. We've got purposes. We've got stuff we've got to do. We've chosen who we want to come and do it with. But while we're here, we've got those choices. And sometimes those choices are influences. And those influences influence others. They influence our children. They influence our friends. And we grow up with this construction of ways of being, the laws of man, if you will, the laws of society, the laws of your local, regional, municipality, whatever that is. There's actual laws that you have to abide by, otherwise you get put in jail. And then there's actually moral codes, how you treat other people, how you behave, the way you are. And it's interesting if we grow up with this moral code of doing the right thing, treating people well, saying please and thank you, blah, 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 waiting your turn, all these kind of things, getting in a queue, getting in a line. We find it abhorrent when we see other people just having whatever they want to have, do whatever they want to do. Is it wrong for us to judge others? I think so. Sometimes you just have to decide, am I being a gentler person by just letting that person in? Am I being an easier person by letting that speedy, really aggressive driver go up the road and be rude? I'm going to be gentle myself and not really care what they do. I don't want them to wrap themselves around another car or bash into a light post. But listen, I don't need to be worried about how fast they're driving or whether or not they're being reckless. I'm safe. I'm free. Thank you, God. Let's go. Anyway, I don't want to stay here and waffle on and on and on and on. I want to let you go about your day. But remember, be kind to yourself. Be compassionate to others. And even when the choices that you're making affect other people, may be disappointing, there's a compassionate way that you can say that. No is not necessarily a bad thing. Right, my friends, lots of love. Have yourself a great Saturday. I'll be back tomorrow with the card for tomorrow and a weekly outlook for the next week. I might all do it in one. Thanks so much. Bye.